We want to sketch the graph of this function on the axes below. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is factorize the bottom. So there's a negative in front, isn't there? And so if we factorize the bottom, we need x and x. 4 and 2 should do the job, with a negative here and a positive there. And that shows me that I have vertical asymptote at 4 and a vertical asymptote also at negative 2. Now the graph is going to cut the x-axis at 3 and also at negative 1. Now, let's think about x being 0. Then we'll have negative 4, negative 3, 1 over negative 4, 2. So that's going to end up being 12 over negative 8, which is negative 3 over 2. So we have got a y-intercept just here. So what do we think this is going to look like? Well, it's got to go up this asymptote, and so it's probably going to have a minimum in here somewhere, and it's going to go up there. Now if we go this side of 4, let's look at this function. That would be positive, that would be positive, that would be positive, that'll be positive, so the whole thing will be negative. So it's got to come from the asymptote and go along. Ah, no. Not thinking that through. It's certainly coming from the asymptote. I don't have a problem there. But if we think about this, the top has as its leading term 4x squared, and the bottom has x squared. We've got a negative in front. So the horizontal asymptote will actually be at negative 4. So it is going to come in from the asymptote, but it's going to go out along this asymptote just here. Now we need to look at this region here. So if we're this side of negative 2, this one is negative, this one is negative, this one is negative, and this one is negative. They're all negative, but that's 4 negatives making overall a positive, and then we've got the negative in front, means it's negative. So I think it's going to be very similar to what's on the other side. It's going to go out along the asymptote here.